This is the fifth video of my series on exfoliative cheilitis, and here I'll try to summarize a little bit on what you should do and a little bit on what you shouldn't do. So let's make a short summary on what and how you should actually start curing yourself. People who if you have been watching all of the previous videos, you might have gotten so much information that you might just ask a question like, okay, where do I start now? What do I do? And the answer to that question kind of depends on you. First thing, if you just want to start today without doing any preparation, is remove toothpaste from your bathroom. Take salt that you eat, dissolve it in water, make it just slightly salty, something like ocean water, sea water, and from today brush your teeth with the salty water. That's all. No foam, no etheric oils in it, nothing, just salty water. You can still use your toothbrush, that's okay, but that's the first thing I would have done if in your shoes. Okay, you don't need much knowledge to dish that. Next thing, get rid of your shampoo and your body wash. If you live in United States, go to any grocery store and look for borax. Borax is a mineral, natural mineral, which when dissolved in water, it can dissolve fat. You can wash your hair and you can wash your body with borax. Don't make it too concentrated, it can irritate your skin if it's too concentrated. Just you don't need some high concentration, just like same amount of salt you would put in water to make water salty, you can use the same amount of borax to put in water to wash yourself with. Okay, so now you have gotten rid of two big sources of potential irritation in your body. The third thing, laundry. Laundry detergent you're using, get rid of it. What will you wash with? Borax again. Again, borax is very good at washing, or you can look for some allergy-friendly detergents. Do some googling on it. You'll see there are several producers producing something that often already has maybe borax in it or has some different kind of chemicals. Definitely, whatever you've been using until now, you should get rid of. So that's for the start of getting rid of some chemicals from you. What do you wash floor in your house with? Well, get rid of whatever you've been using until now. What do you wash anything else in your house? Get rid of it, replace it with borax, or replace it with vinegar. Yeah, vinegar can be used for washing floors, mild, don't make it too concentrated. Vinegar can be used for washing just about anything in your kitchen, pretty effective wash. Borax can be used for washing anything in your kitchen as well. So, these are some very small changes that don't even ask for you to do much, The most important is getting rid of toothpaste, because that's number one trigger for quite many people. But then also, all the other chemicals that you can get rid of. And then we are coming to the diet. Like, what should I try? Now, if you have had it for quite a long time, and if you would like to find very quickly what your triggers are, without sacrificing too much, well, I would suggest you to just go on maybe some kind of extremely limited diet of living on a few pieces of or few kind of vegetable and just a few kind of maybe meat or egg or something. And make sure that what you eat doesn't contain any grains, any milk, any nuts, any soy. So grains, milk, nuts, soy, berries, citric fruit, out. These are common triggers of eczema and similar skin disorders. And as this exfoliative cheilitis is very similar to eczema and very similar, I mean, people react in a similar way, well, learn from people with eczema. So if this what I just told you is too much of change for you, if like, oh my god, I can't just live on carrots and red peppers and chicken and apples, well, that would be like 4 different things, and clean water. Trust me, you can, because people can actually live on just water. So if they can live on water, you can live on water plus 4 things that give you a lot of energy. So it's possible to live, but if you think that's too much for you, then just go on removing like 2 most common problems, and that's grains and milk. Okay, so let's just make an assumption. Now this might not give you a very quick answer, because if grains and milk are not your triggers, you'll be wasting your time. You will simply be living on no milk, no grains for, let's say, I don't know, whatever. You can try 7 days, you can try 14 days. Generally, if something is your trigger, 7 days should be enough to show some kind of improvement, some kind of change. What you're looking for is a change on your lips. And generally, it means that they feel better. Now, they might not feel better immediately, because they might have a layer of dead skin on top of them, which will have to be peeled off after some time, you know, naturally, without using any force, maybe while you shower or whatever. And after that skin has gone, you know, the next skin shouldn't be inflamed, shouldn't have any sign of problem. That's kind of what we call improvement, sign of improvement. So that's what you can do. Now, if none of this helps, then you have to go to the more serious, you know, serious work. Spend some time studying and learning about things like fecal transplant, liver flushing, coffee enemas, burdock root tea, burdock root as a food, slippery elm powder, Asiac tea. Now these are the things, you know, that has a possibility to help heal your intestines. And there are many others, like fresh first milk from a cow that just gave birth to, and which is very rich in colostrum. Or yeah, what else can work for healing the allergies? For example, some people succeed with the iodine. Yes, there is an iodine belt in the United States, an area of central states which is far away from the shore, where soil is extremely deficient in iodine, and one of the symptoms of iodine deficiencies are allergies. And some people have cured their allergies by taking iodine, Lugol's iodine tincture, or iodoral, like iodine tablets. That has worked for some people. So these are some ideas on that. And then, of course, there is the most difficult thing, the crown, the king of the healing, and that's water fasting. If nothing works, well, that's what I would try, definitely. Water fasting is in itself healing. It has potential to heal allergies. It has potential to eliminate huge number of symptoms. The only problem is you have to be careful what kind of water do you drink, and during that time you shouldn't be exposed to any stress, any too much work, anything too much of anything. So water fasting is a subject on itself. I'll make few videos about it, definitely. Until those videos are out, go to the water fasting forum on CureZone, go to the water fasting forums anywhere else, read experiences of people. It's not something you just say, oh, I'm gonna stop eating today. You can do it, but I wouldn't suggest you to do it. I would suggest you to at least read a few books. There are a lot of free PDF Adobe Acrobat books online about water fasting. Read something, get to know a little bit about it, get to know how to get into the fast, and learn how to get out of the fast. While getting into the fast, so and so will give you a certain amount of trouble if you don't follow the proper rules. Getting out of the fast, refeeding so-called, can get you into a lot of trouble if you don't know what you're doing. You might even die. So water fasting is serious healing modality, and it can seriously harm you if you don't know what you're doing. So that's something that you need intelligence, ability to learn. If you know that you are a person with a very low IQ, maybe water fasting is not for you. Maybe you are not able to understand everything you need to understand to do it safely. So this is definitely for people who are ready to take full responsibility for their health, and that's what to do. And now let's talk about what doesn't work and what you shouldn't try if you have exfoliative cheilitis, peeling lips. First thing you shouldn't do are the things that your doctor suggests you, and that's put just some Aquaphor on your lips. Yes, it can keep them moist and everything, but it will also mask the symptoms, and as long as you're using anything to mask the symptoms, you will not know what you actually react to. So your goal is to find out your triggers. What is triggering my problem? And if you keep masking your problem, you will be keeping masking also your triggers. So any corticosteroids, steroids creams, any antivirals, and any antibiotics, anything that might come with a prescription, without prescription, is probably a wrong way to go. It didn't work for anyone or almost anyone. If it worked for somebody, it worked for those people who didn't have it chronic, who had it short term, whose peeling lips were simply a symptom of maybe burned skin during the summer months of too much sun exposure, too much exposure to the cold, too little drinking water. Yeah, there are situations where people get dry lips simply because they are dehydrated, they don't drink enough water, or they got stomach bug, they got diarrhea, and their lips got start peeling from that. Once the diarrhea is gone, the problem is gone. For those situations, some creams might help, but if you have a chronic problem which lasts already for weeks, months, years, anything topical you do is probably adding to the problem and not adding to the solution. And your main goal is to find your solution. So protopic doesn't work. There is a huge list on CureZone of things that don't work, like at least 48 messages left by people who have tried this and that, and they said this didn't work, this didn't work, this didn't work. You might have heard about imuran, drug used for, very strong drug used for people who get organ transplants. Azathioprine, also called azathioprine. That drug didn't work for quite many people. It worked for 2 people, so far we know, and huge number of people tried, didn't work. Risks associated with drugs are wide. I wouldn't play a game with that drug. It sounds very much like playing a game with Accutane, and we know what Accutane gave to quite many people who are with peeling lips. So yeah, think about that. Think always about Accutane when you think about imuran. It's quite similar side effects of liver damage. So photodynamic therapy didn't work. Evening Primrose Oil worked for maybe one or few people, didn't work for many. What is it? Well, it's just a special kind of oil that isn't going to hurt you. Okay, that's one of the things I'm telling you can take. Probably it's good for you. Evening Primrose Oil, if it's good quality, it can be good for you. It has nice essential nutrients in it. They will help you, but they may not be the solution because you are dealing with an allergy. You have to find what you're allergic to. You have to solve the allergy. This oil might solve the allergy in very few people, not in many. What else didn't work? Different kind of antibiotics. One person tried Paleo Diet, it didn't work. Paleo Diet, that is a diet where you actually remove grains and milk from your diet and sugar. So this is actually what I tell you to do as one possibility. And I also tell you that it may not work for everybody. Actually, it may work for a small group of people, less than 50% who tried. So if it didn't work for you, then you are just one of the majority for who it is not going to work, because as many people, as many different potential allergens. Yeah, what else didn't work and what else you shouldn't try? Probiotics worked for some people. Okay, probiotics can be a good thing. Okay, you have a problem with intestinal flora and some kind of probiotics can help. Will it work for everybody? No. Nothing works for everybody. But this is something you might consider, especially if the money is not an object, because here we are talking about money. You're trying something that costs money. Good quality probiotics can be very expensive. Will they help you? Maybe. Possible to try, yes. FMT didn't help to one person so far we know. One person reported taking it in a clinical situation. Okay, so when I talk about fecal transplant or FMT, I talk about doing it at home. I'm not talking about clinical situation, because clinical situation usually means that feces has been taken from a donor, stored, frozen, God knows how long time, maybe even treated with this and that, and yeah, it's not optimal. What is optimal is get the feces from your brother, sister, mother, father, husband, daughter, whatever, somebody, get it fresh and take it immediately in. Every minute that feces is cooling down, there are millions of microorganisms inside of it dying. So what you want is as fresh as possible. So fecal transplant has a potential to help. Will it help everybody? No. There is nothing I know of that can cure every person of his allergies. Allergies are tricky things to cure. Not everybody will be cured with water fasting. Not everybody will be cured with liver flushing. Not everybody will be cured with changing their diet. But if you keep searching, you might find your cure. Helminthic therapy works for allergies too. It's a therapy where they give you a special kind of worm, yeah, a parasite, and that parasite modulates your own immunity and changes it, and suddenly people stop being allergic. You have to take parasite every 30 days because it's not human parasite, it just disappears out from the intestines once it dies. So you have to get reinfected again and again by the doctor, which costs money. This is expensive therapy. Maybe if available in your country, close to your country, close to where you live, and if you can afford it, maybe try it. It's a natural therapy. You're taking in an animal into your intestines, animal that is not adjusted totally to human intestine. It's a pig worm, and this pig round worm that has simply potential to modulate your immunity and your immune response, and to make at least treat your allergies for a certain amount of time. So what else didn't work? Blah blah blah. I'm going through the list of things here. Prednisone and protopic didn't work. Strict diet failed. There's a guy who's been posting for many years, JSL123 on CureZone. He has tried quite a few things, they didn't work for him. What will work for him, I don't know. But if you have tried many things and they didn't work for you, well, the list of things that you should try gets smaller and smaller, and then it goes more toward like fecal transplant, a large long-term series of liver flushes, long-term series of coffee enemas, water fasting. So these are the hard, strong, big guns of curing allergies. Nobody says that they work for everybody, but they work for a large enough number of people that it's worth taking a shot, and they don't cost anything. Water fasting costs nothing, unless maybe the fact that you can't really work during that time, and that's going to cost you. Liver flushing costs nothing, you know. Coffee enemas, yeah, how much cost coffee? Nothing. So these are things you do at home. You don't go to some clinic. So these things can be done. What else didn't work? Yeah, people kind of antidepressants don't work for most of the people. There have been some reports that people have taken antidepressants, they got better, blah blah blah. Huge number of people tried it, didn't work. An idea that somehow your depression is behind your allergies is yeah, might make them worse, but just curing depression might not help your allergies. That's it. Please, if you have any questions, next videos I make in this series will be mostly answers on the questions, because I'm kind of running out of things I'm going to talk about. I might start talking about other things that are related to this, so I'm going to refer to those things maybe at the description of this video. So I will give you a link to other videos that are related. You should maybe watch it. This is kind of the end. I'm gonna stop it now, and yeah, if you have any questions, please comment. You can comment in my forum on Curzone. Thank you for listening.